The conversation around this franchise has shifted in a way that reflects both progress and uncertainty. Winning close games has changed the tone inside the building, and the playoff conversation has become legitimate rather than wishful. Veteran fans know that meaningful improvement rarely moves in a straight line, and this season has offered reminders of how fragile momentum can be. The defense has stabilized, the run game has produced timely stretches, and the team has handled situational football with greater maturity. Yet the focus remains on the position that defines organizational direction. The question now is not about the season, but about the future. Bryce Young stands squarely at the center of that debate. His performance this year has delivered stretches of composure and late-game execution that were largely absent early in his career. At the same time, inconsistency persists, leaving evaluators to reconcile progress with lingering concerns. Young has benefited from improved protection and a clearer offensive structure, but his ability to extend drives and manage tempo has been the most significant shift. The depth chart around him has stabilized, allowing a more controlled approach to early down passing and reducing the volume of high-risk snaps that once defined this offense. Young is 24, and quarterbacks at this stage typically reveal the direction of their career. 7 wins in 12 starts reflect growth, but the evaluation goes deeper than record. His timing has improved on intermediate routes, and his footwork inside the pocket shows fewer retreat habits. Yet his stature still limits certain concepts, particularly deep play-action shots that require extended launch points. Analysts expect the team to pick up his fifth-year option, a decision rooted in financial logic and development trajectory. A long-term extension remains a more complicated discussion, as the organization must protect flexibility. The end of last season hinted at improvement, but the benching earlier in his career created questions about confidence and leadership. This year's response has answered some of those concerns. Former players have noted his ability to command the huddle and stay poised after setbacks. His clutch performances, particularly in 2-minute drives, have underscored his processing speed and willingness to attack tight windows when necessary. Veteran listeners understand that leadership often matures before statistical consistency, and Young's progress reflects that path. Still, the front office must evaluate his full body of work rather than isolated stretches. Financially, the Panthers are approaching a critical window. Picking up Young's fifth-year option is expected and offers cost certainty. A long-term deal, however, must align with projected development rather than present production. Quarterback extensions can limit roster flexibility for years, and this organization has only recently begun to rebuild its depth. For now, Young offers affordable stability relative to the market. The question is whether that stability extends through a period when the team hopes to reinforce both lines and add another reliable receiving option. Veteran fans know the dangers of misjudging quarterback value too early. Coaching structure also plays a role in the evaluation. The offensive staff has simplified reads, adjusted route spacing, and leaned on play action to give Young clearer answers. His improved decisiveness is partly a product of that environment. The scheme emphasizes rhythm over improvisation, a balance that suits his strengths. Former players have praised his steady presence, pointing to his ability to protect the football in critical moments. The staff's trust in him has increased, which matters when assessing long-term viability. Still, the team must weigh whether his ceiling matches the demands of sustained contention. Sustainability becomes the final lens. Young's recent clutch moments reflect growth, but long-term extensions require consistent production across full seasons. Veteran observers note that starting over at quarterback sets franchises back years, and Carolina has already lived through that cycle. Allowing progress to continue while maintaining contractual flexibility may be the most prudent path. Young's leadership and poise offer foundational traits, yet the organization must continue evaluating whether he can elevate the offense through tougher defensive matchups and late-season weather. For now, his trajectory is positive, but the decision ahead is complex and central to the franchise's direction.